There's a lot of hype surrounding Lies of P, and for one specific reason is because we all want another Bloodborne. And I'm telling you guys right now, this is the next Bloodborne. This game is amazing. Not only does it look good aesthetically, it looks very good visually, and the combat system is fluid just as Bloodborne. Now, the reason why it's been so difficult to find another Bloodborne is because the fighting mechanics in Bloodborne are so fluid and work so well, and this actually might be a very good successor. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to tell you guys why you should be even more excited about the game. I'm also going to give you guys some exclusive information that we got in from Gamescom that you probably won't hear anywhere else. So if this sounds interesting, a like would be greatly appreciated, and let's dive in and talk about why we are excited of Lies of P. Now, before we dive in and talk about all the cool information you want to know about Lies of P, I know there's some people that this is the first time you ever hear about this game, so I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown exactly what this game is all about. Basically, guys, this tells the story of Pinocchio in a dark concept, okay? So it's not your typical Pinocchio story. The way this works is you wake up in an abandoned train station in Krat, which is a city, and this city is overwhelmed with madness and bloodlust, not only creatures, but also machines. Now, when you wake up, guys, you find a letter that says, "Find Mr. Geppetto. He is here in the city." You're going to be playing as Pinocchio, who is a puppet mechanoid this time around, and you're going to be fighting everything that gets crossed in your path to find this mysterious person. But don't expect any help along the way, guys, and please do not make mistakes on trusting anyone. Now, in this particular game, guys, lying is actually pretty good because you have to lie to others so you could become human. Hence the name Lies of P. Now, one thing we love about this particular game, guys, is that aesthetically it does look really good. The landscape in the city is inspired by late 19th century, so it does give us a lot of that Bloodborne vibe. Now, speaking about lying, guys, there are going to be multiple quests that are going to be unlocked as you lie. And there are also going to be multiple endings depending on who you actually lie to. So the replayability factor is going to be very crucial because you're going to want to know multiple endings, you're going to know multiple outcomes, and of course, multiple quests. Now, two things that make this game very unique is, of course, is the weapon making system. You can combine weapons in multiple ways and create something new altogether, or research to find the best combination to make something truly special. This is going to give us a lot of replayability and also different ways of actually playing, because not everybody's going to have the same weapon, because some combinations are going to work well for your playstyle and some combinations are going to work better for someone else's playstyle. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about the playstyles in just a bit, so make sure you guys stay tuned so you guys know exactly what's going to be happening. Now, we also are going to be having access to a special skill system, which, hence Pinocchio being a doll, you could change part of the bodies of Pinocchio to gain new skills and hopefully an edge in the battle. But not all the enhancements or all the different stuff that you change in your body are going to be for fighting, because some of them will actually provide several or other unique useful features that you will be finding in the game. Now, with that being said, guys, let's talk about the stuff that you probably haven't heard of or you didn't know about, and that is the option you get when you first load the game. When you first start the game, you're going to be asked to select a path. There's a total of 3 different paths that we currently know of right now after playing the game, and each of these 3 different paths will give you different types of playing the game. In addition to that, will also give you different weapons. Now, from the time that we played the game, we only know that there are 3 paths. We don't know if more paths are going to be available when the game launches, but as of right now, we only know of 3. As you guys may already know, if you guys are familiar with Elden Ring, where you have different classes, think of this like a class system, just that instead of classes, they're actually paths that you're able to take. Now, each individual path will have its benefits, so let's take a look at these paths. Of course, we have the path of the cricket, the path of the bastards, and the path of the sweepers. All right, so let's start it with the path of the crickets. Now, for this one, guys, this is the most balanced one because it has almost all the right attributes to balance the build out correctly. Now, there isn't one particular thing that I can tell you has the highest amount of value for that particular class or that particular skill, because this is a very well-rounded one. Now, that being said, guys, your starting weapon is going to be a saber, and it says that this fighting style is meant to balance strength and speed. So you're going to be able to hit hard and also move around the map or around the world, because it does balance strength and speed. Now, for the Path of the Bastards, I think it's going to be that more kind of stealthy playstyle because it's heavily focused on vigor and technique. And the flavor text says an agile sword fighting style that focuses on catching enemies off guard. The starting weapon of this, guys, is a rapier. Now, there's going to be a very interesting class, and might be the class that I might be leaning to, But after getting done with this one, guys, I want to know from you guys, which do you feel is the one that you might actually start off with if these are just the only 3 remaining. Now, I will have a later video where I'm going to be breaking down the weapons and you will see the weapons in action so you guys get a better idea. So make sure you guys keep it locked in this channel so you guys know exactly what's going on. So one particular thing that actually stands out of this particular class, guys, is the highest class with the highest stamina, allowing you guys to not only get more consistent hits, but also do another mechanic in the game, which I can't really talk about. But this is definitely the path you want to pick if you want to be agile and stealthy. Now, the path of the sweepers, guys, this is going to be like your muscle, your tank build, because it focuses, is the highest one with vitality, is the highest one, guys, with tenacity, and it's the highest one that has capacity and motivity as well. So this is definitely a very powerful class. In addition to that, guys, this class is the one that has the highest XP. Even though it lacks on stamina, it does have the highest guard max HP regen. So this class is going to be super tanky. Not only are you going to have a lot of HP, but you're also going to be the class that regains the health the most, which I think is the one that most people are going to go with, just because you're going to be able to carry a lot of items or a lot of it in your inventory. And you're also going to be able to dish out a ton of damage because it's the one that has the highest physical attack damage at 149. They should have just made it 150. But having a lot of health and having a lot of damage, I think this might be the class that a lot of people are actually going to pick. But once again, like I said, guys, let me know which one are you guys leaning for. Do you want to be a little bit more agile? Do you want a more balanced class? Or do you guys plan on going full on heavy damage and being able to sustain a lot of damage? Let me know all that in the comment section down below. Now, the game will also be featuring checkpoints that you're able to activate. Think of these like the bonfires in Elden Ring. And in this particular game, they're going to be called Stargazer. Now, when you activate a Stargazer, you're going to be very similar to Elden Ring. You're going to be given the option to do a couple of things within that Stargazer. You're going to be given the option to move to another Stargazer, so a different area within the map. You're going to be given the ability to upgrade your character. You're going to be given the ability to weapon enhancements and weapon combinations. And you're going to be able to replace the Legion arms and also access your storage box. Now, I do like the fact that you're able to do this from one particular point. You don't have to go to other NPCs to actually do this. And this gives it a nice fluidity when it comes to playing the game, as you don't have to go to multiple areas to actually do certain things. You pretty much do this from one particular spot and upgrade your weapons, upgrade your armor, replace your armor, and also access your storage box. Now, within the world, you're going to be collecting little blue spheres that are glowing in the ground, and these are called Argos. Now, Argos are going to be used, guys, to upgrade your stats like vitality, capacity, and technique, and all that stuff. Now, this does have weapon scaling. Some weapons will be able to scale off of certain attributes. So depending on what weapon you have, you're also going to be able to benefit if that particular weapon scales off that particular ability. Now, you'll be able to carry a total of 2 different weapons, and you will also have a weapon called the Legion Arms, which is your mechanical arm that you're able to enhance to either shoot a projectile, use it as a flamethrower, use it like a magic casting arm. So there are different combinations you're able to do with your Legion arm. Now, in addition to that, guys, you will also have a thing called attack attributes. Now, these particular attributes, guys, I'm going to have a more in-depth video on this. So if you guys want to know more about the stuff of Lies and Peas and what to expect in the game, make sure you guys keep it locked here on the channel so you guys won't miss all the information about Lies of P. Now, another thing I wanted to mention, guys, is that this particular game will have different elements that not only are you going to be able to use, because if you guys notice, there is weapon infusion like Bloodborne, where you're able to infuse your weapon with either fire, electricity, acid, and all that stuff. But in addition to that, you will also need to watch out for that, because there are enemies that are going to give out fire, electricity, acid, corruption, and all that stuff. So you guys want to make sure you guys are ready whether you're receiving or giving away the elemental damage. Now, we have a ton more information about Lies of P, but I did want to make sure I made this video as condensed as I possibly could, just to give you guys a more in-depth overview about the game and maybe give you stuff that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. Of course, we will have more stuff going over the puppet strings, the weapons, and the different stuff you're able to do with your arm, the attributes. So if all of this sounds interesting and you guys don't want to miss it out, subscribe to the channel, turn on all your notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. Now, speaking of videos, guys, you're definitely going to want to make sure you check out this video where I cover more stuff about Lies of P so you guys know exactly what's going on in the game. If you guys enjoy Souls-like games like Bloodborne or other games that are coming out like Steel Rising as well, make sure you guys keep it locked in the channel so you guys won't miss when those videos go live. If you guys are enjoying our content and want to show us a little bit of love and support, do consider hitting that like button or go the extra mile and become part of the Bolt Nation by hitting the join button down below or dropping a nice fat thank you. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.